Eats and eats and eats and treats.
Today for our Christmas brunch, I am making a triple chocolate mousse cake. After the abundance of pies for Thanksgiving and the endless cookie exchanges in December, I believe that this sweet treat will be a great addition for your Christmas brunch. For our triple chocolate mousse cake, I have pre-baked our gluten-free chocolate cake in a springform pan. I am now going to be making our milk chocolate ganache mousse. I have already melted my milk chocolate and heavy whipping cream and allowed it to cool. And now I'm going to whip it into a mousse, and we will put that as our second layer in our mousse cake. All right, now you can see that it is fully whipped. The color has lightened up, and we're ready to add our next layer to our triple mousse chocolate cake. So I've went ahead and I've whipped the ganache for, I would say, about 3 minutes. And now we're going to add our next layer, and we are going to set this in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes to allow it to set, and then we will do our next layer. I have stenciled out some snowflakes here on some parchment paper. I have gone ahead and melted some white chocolate and put that in a piping bag. Now, this recipe is very versatile. You could do snowmen, you could do jingle bells, whatever you and the kiddos want to make. This is just a great option to decorate your triple mousse chocolate cake. So here I have made our next layer for our triple mousse cake. I have whipped up our whipped cream with some powdered sugar. Now I have here our mascarpone and cream cheese mixture that I have whipped as well. Now we're going to fold in our whipped cream into the mascarpone mixture, and that will be our next layer. So you want to make sure when you're folding in your whipped cream, you're going in a circular motion where you are scraping down and then bringing it back up so you don't lose the volume in your whipped cream. So you have the nice, beautiful mousse texture. Here I have our cake that our milk chocolate mousse has been set. Our vanilla mascarpone mousse is now ready to add that next layer. And I just wanted to mention, I added vanilla extract to this layer, but if you want to get extra festive, you can add some peppermint extract. You could also fold in some peppermint dust, as I like to call it. I throw it in the food processor, and it'll just add a nice flair to your cake, because peppermint and chocolate go great together. To make your mousse nice and level before we add our ganache glaze, I take an offset spatula and we'll just run around the edges here, smoothing it out. And I like to keep a glass of hot water here. That helps remove the cream so you have a nice smooth finish. Now that our mousse has set, I am going to remove our cake from the springform pan. And I love the springforms because it just comes out so easily. And as you can see, these beautiful layers. So now I'm going to remove the base of the cake and place it on the sheet pan so we can glaze with ganache. All right. We're now ready for the final decoration. I have melted my dark chocolate ganache, equal parts heavy cream and dark chocolate. This is gonna be one decadent chocolate cake. Now I love Christmas time. It reminds me of waking up early and baking Christmas cookies is what my mom and I used to do before we would open up our presents. So you wanna go ahead and pour the ganache on top of your cake, and with an offset spatula, begin to push it out towards the edges of the cake. And you wanna let it just fall over, and that's why we have our grated pan here. So that way it will just fall right through, and we'll have a nice clean finish. And if you need more ganache, just go ahead and pour it on. And what I like to do is once it goes through the cracks here, I like to refrigerate it and save it, and then you can turn that into homemade truffles. Now we're just gonna smooth out the last little bit here. And what's great about the ganache is that you can get a little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect lines here. And then you have a nice smooth finish on the top. And it's really gonna wow your guests. They're gonna wish that they had brought their Tupperware so they could bring a slice home. This is a great Christmas brunch cake to make when you're at home and you're hosting. I love it because you can make it ahead of time. I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting on the final decorations. Our snowflakes that we made from earlier. They're just so cute, look at them. And I love this because you can make it ahead of time and then you can keep it in your fridge and it'll be ready to present once your guests arrive. So we'll place some fresh berries here. This is a beautiful garnish. So when you're decorating your chocolate mousse cake, you can do a variety of different decorations. These were just some ideas that I came up with. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill this center with the fresh berries. And then I've also incorporated our pomegranate seeds. Just add some beautiful color, and they're nice and festive for the winter time. And we'll finish that off with a little powdered sugar. Oh, I love it. It just looks whimsical, doesn't it? So I'm gonna go ahead and set this in the fridge, and then we'll pull that back out and get ready to put on our final platter.